Hi everybody, Kelly here. Welcome to my channel, The Farm on Highway J. So what have I been up to lately? Well, one of the things is right behind me actually. Let me scoot out of the way. Well, you know what? Let me get a better picture of it later. The Moonbeams quilt from Fat Quarter Shop. Their Quilt Long. It actually wrapped up 2-3 weeks ago, I think, but I have finally got the top done. I just was a little bit behind on the last block. So, got my top done. I actually have it hanging right side up now. I had it upside down to begin with. If I scooch out of the way, or maybe if I turn this way a little bit, sorry, I'm turning away from the camera so you probably can't hear me. I had it hanging upside down and I could tell because the stem here was flipped up in the other corner. But that's the tree block, the bird block, some other blocks in there. It's really cute. It's Sherry and Chelsea fabrics, their strawberry lemonade fabric line, and I just really like their prints. So I loved this project. Not quite finished with it yet because, like I said, I only got the quilt top done, but I am working on the backing, and Fat Quarter Shop had an actual backing set that I purchased for this particular one. I don't usually, because I tend to do my backings more using the scraps that are left over, but I purchased the backing for this particular quilt, and so I'm working on that. So this is what the backing will look like. I'm not quite done with it yet. I have cut all the big pieces and I've made a couple of my blocks. So I've got the little blocks for the sides, and then I have all the pieces cut out for the other blocks that go in this. So I'll be working on that this weekend and get that all done. So I've got those all ready, set, go, and ready to assemble. So where can I put this? Out of the way. Let me put it by you, actually. Well, maybe. Alright, so from that particular quilt, I have a lot of scraps left. So these aren't scraps, these are for the binding. So I'm going to set that with the blocks for the backing there. But these are scraps. A lot of the prints, a lot of the cuts in here called for half square triangles. So I went ahead and sewed the other small portion as well. So I have some smaller half square triangle blocks to make into another, or patches I should say, to make into another block. And I think for these, I'm not sure, but I think for these I'm actually going to just go ahead and sew them all up, and I should be able to get at least a block big enough for a bag. And so then I think I will take all of my scraps from this and find a piece that's big enough to make the other side of the bag. So I'll have a solid piece, and I will stitch all of these into a block of some type. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go searching for something that I like, or just get creative and do a patch, just a scrappy little patch block. Alright, so next thing we're going to go over, this box for this quilt, the kit. As you can see, I'm struggling with it a little bit, so it's very, very full of scraps. So the scraps from doing the quilt top, and then I had scraps from the backing. So Fat Quarter Shop is pretty liberal with their kits, and so I have all of this left to do a scrappy project. So as you can see, I have a whole lot of the blue backing, a whole lot of that, and then a lot of fat quarter or larger scrap pieces, some tiny little scrap pieces, lots of little colors. Actually, there's quite a bit of that gingham right there, but there's lots of little pieces in there. This I may actually just set aside and use for some scrappy little hot pads, little tiny pouch or something like that. Just use that for those. And then I have some scraps in here as far as some more half square triangles, some smaller pieces, and then just like a little cut off there. So those might go into my bag project. They might go into my scrap project. I'm not sure. These right here actually might go into my bag project. These are just half square triangles that I kind of already set aside and was thinking of something else. So I may just put these with my half square triangles right here and put that all into trying to decide on a bag for those. So anyhow, the box here with all the scraps, I'm actually thinking that I am going to pick a project from this book right here. It's called Sunday Best Quilts, and it's by Sherry McConnell and Corey Yoder. And so Sherry McConnell of Sherry and Chelsea. And so I think, because this is Sherry and Chelsea fabric, that I will actually pick one of hers. And I'm thinking, in fact, I don't want to show patterns, so I had it bookmarked and now I've lost the bookmark, but let me try to find the one that I was thinking that I would make into that I would make using these scraps. So I'm thinking this one right here. Sorry, this one right here. And I probably should not have shown all the cutting instructions. Oopsie. Well, hopefully I didn't have it up there for too long. Anyhow, just in case I need to edit, let me do this. Oh, that's probably still not showing it right. Sorry. Gotta get better at this portion of things. But yes, Corey Yoder has a lot of excellent excellent patterns in this book as well. Can't talk tonight, apparently. Alright, so there was another one. Actually, there were several in here that I just absolutely love. Sherry McConnell, she had a pretty nice easy one there, so like that. It's called Driftwood Drive. So, and there were a couple other ones, but I'm leaning toward that first one. And so I'm going to just put this book with these scraps, and hopefully I will be able to do this very soon. I have a lot of other plans for fall quilts, but as long as I've got these fabrics, I'd like to go ahead and try to get this next quilt done. But I may decide I'm too interested in fall. Sorry, all the crinkling over my talking. I may decide that I'm too interested in doing a fall project, and I may just keep this box and this book together and work on this project next spring. Because it's very, well, spring summer fabrics in there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put the pattern back in this box and set the book aside here and keep those things together. Okay, so next thing that I've got this week, aside from getting the quilt done, or the top anyhow, not done, but I've got the top done. A couple other things that I did this week were actually some cross stitch. And so, to that end, let me show you a couple of them. So, first thing I have isn't a stitch, it was a fabric that I made, or dyed I should say. So this is a 32 count, and I just gave it a nice pretty blue yellowy dye. When I turn it this way, it actually makes me think of a window. And so I'm very curious to see what stitch I come up with to do on this fabric. But I thought it turned out pretty well. So yeah, I think you can see why I think it's a window is because of how I actually laid it in the pan. And when I laid it in the pan, you can see that the pan was not quite big enough. And so I kind of just turned the fabric in, and then you get kind of an outline of a window. And I thought that was kind of a cool effect, and can't wait to see what I come up with to do with that fabric. So, and actually, one side is probably a little bit more intense than the other. So I might, yeah, I might choose either side. Oop, let me throw that out of the way. And next project I've been working on this week is in a very big, very basic, very quick bag that I made using Blackbird Designs fabric. Thread. I think this was Threads of Time, something like that. It was a panel. Actually, it was 2 panels, I should say, because I got the tan panel, and then I had the raspberry. I want to say raspberry color panel. I'm not real certain on that. And just a very basic zipper that I did a double pull. And again, don't pay any attention to my, it's not really quilting, it's a decorative stitch that I used on my machine. And it got caught in a couple of spots and didn't like to do the stitch. So, it's just a bag for me. It's extra large. I can have a scroll frame in here and still be able to zip it up. So that's kind of what I was going for. Blackbird Designs, right now I only have 1 in here, but I have several of their patterns, and there'll be some good size patterns. So that's why I went ahead and just did a nice big bag. Could have done a pillowcase, but I thought this was okay. And I could have done this a whole lot, you know, like I could have cut out each panel and done a lot of scrappy around it and made it really pretty, but I just needed a bag quickly, so I just went ahead and did it. And as you can see, I'm not real great at doing the insides, etc., but it works for me. So, alright, so the pattern that I've been working on is, hopefully I didn't flash, well, it was only the bottom portion of the pattern anyhow. The pattern that I've been working on is Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I'm going to put more Blackbird Designs in here, like I said, so, but right now it's just housing this one, and Away We Ride. And I think that, I love this. It's Halloween, but it is so sampler-ish that I will, of course, put it with my Halloween stuff, because it does say, Away we ride till it's darkest pitch to find the home of the Wicked Witch. So I will put it with my Halloween stuff, but that is, to me, right after Labor Day until Halloween. So, and in fact, I may even, something like this, I probably would leave up through November. So, anyhow, I just think that's really cute and kind of my kind of Halloween. It's not real scary, not real spooky, not real crazy. I don't know what I want to say exactly. But anyhow, this is all the progress that I've made on it. I've just started that border and the inside border and just a little bit of the text there. But I'm doing this on 32 count raw silver. And I'm not real sure. I think I'm liking it. I was thinking it would be a little bit less dark and dreary and more... I didn't want it to be glitzy. But I did kind of want it to be like silvery moon kind of feel. I don't know. So, so far I'm kind of on the fence of whether I will end up loving it or whether it'll be, it's good enough. I mean, I think I like it. I know I like it. I just don't know if I love it really. But I think it'll get much cuter as I get the house and all the birds and the little pumpkins and all that in there. I just not real sure if I'm gonna think it's a little too glam for Halloween. Alright, so I have to go ahead and put this back in here or I'll get mixed up. So sorry, but it's gonna take me a moment here. Alright. Other things that I've been stitching on this week. So it's still August. It is still August today, right? August 31st. Yes. So still August. Going into September is to me still summer. So I've been stitching on this one right here. Try to pull out without showing you the pattern. But my copy is not very pretty. I printed it out. I run out of ink. But I've been doing the Summer Quaker. And it's supposed to be a whole lot more blue than what this picture calls for. Or than what this picture shows. It calls for a lot more blue. So, but that's the Summer Quaker. If you are into cross stitch, you've probably been seeing this. And I just think that is really going to be very pretty. Again, more blue. And it says, live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink the wild air. And it's got a little mermaid, and I just think that's cute. And I love that lighthouse. Love that lighthouse. It doesn't look very good in this color copy, but it's really cute. And so my progress on that is not a lot, and I have a thread, so pardon me, but I have a thread in the way, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out of the way, and oopsie. Alright, so yes, this is up. Let me see if I have something to put behind it, just in case. And so that's my progress. Not a lot yet, but it's getting there, and I will work on it more in September. Some people call September Sampler September. Some people strictly work on Halloween. I'm going to do a little bit of both. I have a sampler, I have a summer stitch, and I have Halloween. So I guess maybe not both, maybe all is a better word. Alright, and this one I think I can just set aside and keep it together. Alright, so another one that I've been working on. And I've been working on this one mostly at work. So, I don't have the picture. I do have the picture, but give me a second. I didn't put it in the right order already. Uh-oh. Well, this is going to take too long. Come on. Sorry about this. Gotta get better organized. The Quilted Witch. I showed this last week, so I don't, honestly, or maybe not last week, last video, but The Quilted Witch by Lori Holt. I've been working on that one. I have a different background, and I'm doing it just a little bit differently because I picked out a fabric that was a little too small. And so I'm kind of smushing it. So we'll see how that goes. But for right now, this is my progress on that. And so I still have quite a bit to go. I got the pumpkin. I've got her top. I don't have the threads for her face or her skin tone, so for her hand, etc. I still got to get a lot of my little quilt blocks in, and of course that skirt. the cat, the broom, etc. I would say maybe a fourth of it done. And then again, maybe not. Oops, I got a little thread there. Anyhow, but it's slowly coming along. I was a little bit concerned how it would all pop on this red, but I think it's doing pretty well so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes as I get more finished. When I started it, I was a little concerned how this red would go on the red. That's why I started it over a little ways, and then that has been what led to my needing to squish it together and figure out how I'm going to get all the quilt blocks in there. But I think it's going to be okay. I hope. It's kind of one of those where I sort of planned it that way, and I sort of might have done a plan that I might regret. And I don't think so. I think it's going to be fine. But you don't really know sometimes until you're too far along. And so hopefully it's going to be okay. Alright. Last thing that I worked on. Sort of worked on. I have to laugh at myself sometimes. So, what have I got here? I had them all in order. Alright, so the next thing that I was working on was, this is my Stitching with the Housewives bag. It's actually Lori Holt fabric. I don't have any. I was going to get some Stitching with the Housewives checked fabric, but I don't have any, and I just kind of been holding off on that. And for the time being, it's easy enough for me to remember that this particular Lori Holt bag has my Stitching with the Housewives projects in it. Plus, I have it on my little card here. It's got all of my Stitching with the Housewives projects in here. And so there's several more in here, but the ones that I am working on right now are actually, well, the first one that I'm working on, I had this one, Hello My Pretties. That was from a sale earlier in the year, and I went to start working on that today at work. And so I have 25 count, I believe it's Lugana. It's a Lori Holt. Actually vintage. It's just vintage cloth. Lori Holt. 25 count. Black. Got my magnifiers in here. Got all my flosses in here. Got my scissors in here. Guess what I don't have in here? A needle. You kind of need that to actually be able to stitch something. So I found other stuff to do at lunch. I was on my phone, looking at whatever. I should eat my lunch, right? I didn't bring anything today, so I had a candy bar at break. That's bad for you, but that's what I did. Anyhow, so the other patterns that are in this, so of course I've got that one in there because I'm going to start that one first. Other patterns that I have in here are How Does Your Garden Grow? Was thinking about doing this one this month, but I'm going to start it here in September. And How My Garden Grows this year was very, very bad. I basically didn't have a garden. I did have some tomato plants and some pepper plants, but really nothing else. I do have one pumpkin plant that's growing in amongst my flowers, so that's awesome. And then also in here is Hello Fall. This one I will definitely do next month, and I kind of have a plan for it, thinking if it turns out the right size. I have a plan for this one. It's really cute. And so I got those three patterns on sale through Fat Quarter Shop at different times. The fourth one here is also a Stitching with the Housewives pattern, and I just got it for free in a Fat Quarter Shop order, so that was really cool. That was really nice of them. But it's called Calvin and Trixie, a Sip of the Seasons. I think that's really cute. I love the cat. That's really cute. I'm actually thinking that I might try to stitch mine on black and make the cat gray. I know black cat is supposed to be hollow. I'm showing you the back a little bit, but all it shows is the flosses. So I know it's supposed to be black cat for Halloween, but I'm actually considering doing this on black fabric with a gray kitty, just because I have a gray kitty and her name is Gray. And so even though it's titled Calvin and Trixie, I might do black fabric with a gray kitty. I don't know. I'll have to think about that, because black cats it's supposed to be black cats for Halloween. But anyhow, so I'll think about that one, and we'll see. But yeah, those are probably all ones that I'm going to be working on here in the next couple months. So, all right, but apparently not tonight because I didn't have a needle. Okay, so next thing is some of those stitches I actually have some thoughts for some finishing already. And so I'll show some of the things that I got at the Dollar Tree for possible cross stitch finishes. So I thought this was kind of cute, and I almost feel like it is glow in the dark, just because I'm looking at it right now and that silver is really standing out at me. So I kind of wonder, but anyhow, it's really just a cute little box. It's supposed to be like a little, you could use it like a little trick-or-treat bag type thing. I kind of got looking at this and thought I could have done this out of paper, but also it was $1.20, well, $1.25. So I just picked that up, and I'm thinking you can either put little treats in it or put little decorations, like maybe some lollipop sticks in there, that sort of thing. And so I thought that was really cute. It could also be a cute little gift for Halloween. Put your gift in there, that sort of thing. So I liked this one as well. Nice little pumpkin shelf sitter. Could just do just a plain orange paint or orange with green stems, and then several cross stitches on it, maybe something like that. So I thought, well, I'll get that, put in my finishing stash. Just a little pumpkin form. So this one, I'm actually thinking that Hello Fall stitch is a little bit horizontal, so I think that would be really cute on here, and then just can hang it, and or just a shelf leaner, that type of thing. So I thought that was cute. Very similar item here, just a little round. And so I thought on this one, maybe I would do like a yellow watercolor almost, and then paint in the leaves, paint the pumpkin orange with the green stem, something like that. Or you could just do a nice yellow finish over the whole thing. Could just paint in the objects and leave the wood a wood color. You could do like a whitewash on it, but I can kind of see like a little cross stitch right in there, and I thought that'd be cute. Next thing, just the little house, just paint it black. You could also do little cross stitches that actually match the little windows. That would be kind of cool. I think I have a motif book that has a little different little, a little ghost, a little witch, a little bat, a little this, a little that. So that would be cute. And then thought this was cute, the witch in the cauldron. And could always do, I probably have a little witchy stitch and a little something something. So I thought that was cute. And I would probably, some people might be more talented than me and could really paint the whole thing, give her a face and all the bit. I will probably just end up just spray painting it black. Could maybe do like a little, yeah, I'll probably just end up spray painting it black because I'm not that talented on those. So actually, let me get these out of the way. Alright, well anyhow, that's my finishing ideas and my quilting ideas going forward and the cross stitch that I've worked on so far this week, or this last 2 weeks. So next up might be working on the scraps from this quilt, and or it might be going on to a fall quilt. I've got a couple of them over, kind of stashed over there, ready and waiting. So, alright, well, that's my stitchy plans for the next few weeks. And so I'm just curious what you all are working on. You know, give me a comment if there's anything that you liked in here. Give me a comment, and or if you've got any ideas for how I might be able to use some of the little forms that I've got. Hey, let me know. And yeah, so that's about all I have for right now. I feel like I maybe had something else, but I just want to say thanks for watching. Again, give me some ideas if you can, and or you know, that's not what I want to say. Why do I always have such trouble wrapping up? Because I just want to say thank you, and thanks for listening to me, and I hope you are able to pick up something from this video as far as maybe going to Dollar Tree for some finishes or some finishing ideas. I haven't been to Hobby Lobby lately, so they've probably got lots of cool things too. And I'm always looking for the sale items so that can do it as inexpensively as possible. Yeah, and as inexpensively as possible sometimes is just getting 32 count even weave off of Amazon and dyeing your own, or dyeing my own anyhow. I thought about doing some of these and actually putting them in my Etsy shop, but I don't know if I can logistically do that just yet. So I'll hold off on that for a while unless somebody gives me lots of good comments like please, please. And I don't necessarily see that I'll be having a lot of time to do that here very soon. So, oh, I know there was one other thing that I wanted to show that I've been working on as my summer stitch, and I don't know that I've made a lot of, well, in fact I don't know that I've made any progress since my last video, but well, here's the bag for my threads for this project, but I'll just show this to you right here. So I have it on one of these Amazon style frames, or not, just that I got it from Amazon, and it's the pattern In Praise of Pollinators by the Blue Flower. Yeah, the Blue Flower. And so I've got my center portion done here, and I don't think I've made any real progress since I showed it last, but it's just really pretty, and so I thought I'd show it again. And I think I might have stitched a flower, but I'm hoping to get some work done on this weekend as well. So I want to move on to the bees. So, all right, or I've got the main bee here, but there's a couple other insects in there as well. So we'll work on that. All right. Well, let me set that back to the side here and say goodbye again. And thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing and hit that thumbs up and notifications bell so you'll see my next one. You'll be able to see all my progress on these stitches and the potential next quilt. May be scrappy, might be fall. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Bye.